What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Icon. Reason being, obviously, in the past 24 hours, we've seen the market really dip, and part and parcel of that is Bitcoin and the futures contracts that are coming up. Icon has rallied better than almost any project in the past 7 days. I'm going to talk about why, along with what the future holds for Icon. Before, there's always update spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would just destroy this cycle and smash it. If you'd invested $100 to each one when I released the videos and you still holding those bags, you'd be in profit for over 64 grand. I've held these. This is not my portfolio anymore. If you want to see what I mean, check out Copy My Crypto. Subscribers have had airdrops recently that they've participated in that have been several $100s, several $1,000s. We've had recent investments that have 8x'd in a matter of like 6 weeks. One investment that if you got in flipped in like for a 4x or in effectively 24 hours. And one thing that I made them aware of is Icon having this massive airdrop, and I can't overstate how big this is. It's a massive airdrop, and it's an opportunity, and part and parcel of that is why we've seen a run on the Icon price so much in the past 7 days. And all the members got in on this. If you want to get in on these opportunities, then check the link in the description. So Icon, we've seen it literally in market getting wrecked by effectively Bitcoin futures. We're near the end of the year. There's a lot of long positions that are effectively being liquidated right now, and it's part and parcel of the momentum of the market. There's a lot of bears that are trying to liquidate those positions, and then effectively we start afresh next week, start of the year. But Icon in the past 7 days has run up from like $1.27 at the peak yesterday, around early this morning, around just shy of $2 before retracing. Obviously, it has retraced along with the market as a result of, like I said, the Bitcoin futures, because we know that leads the market. But what was coming up was this. So Icon are launching 2 tokens, and they're going to be distributed at a 1-to-1 ratio. So whatever Icon you hold, you will get each of these tokens at a 1-to-1 ratio. One is called ICE. Cat's being mental. One is called ICE and one is called Snow. They're going to be Polkadot and Kusama, parts of the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. So the Polkadot ecosystem consists of 2 primary chains, obviously Polkadot and Kusama. So what's happening with the Icon ecosystem is they're going to do something similar. ICE and Snow. So ICE is going to be deployed via Solidity smart contracts. It's going to be obviously Ethereum virtually machine compatible, but ICE is going to be the chain that's associated with Polkadot. Snow, however, is going to be effectively ICE's canary network. So the whole premise is that Snow will be employed as a similar strategy in the same way that Polkadot and Kusama work. And they're going to launch the Snow Canary Network on Kusama before targeting ICE launch as a Polkadot parachain. So they're looking at 2 massive parachain slots. That's their goal, right? So what they've done, and the snapshot happened this morning at 4 a.m., is that there's a 1-to-1 airdrop for both the ICY and the ICZ, so your ICE and your Snow tokens. So it was an opportunity where you can get a 1-to-1 airdrop. So if you're holding, let's say, 2,000 Icon, right? All of a sudden you get 2,000 ICY, 2,000 ICZ. Now they launch well, and they end up as parachains. All of a sudden, that's thousands thousands of dollars airdropped to you. Huge opportunity. 20% of the ICY, the ICE token, will be available immediately, and the rest is vested over a 3-year period. However, the other one, the ICZ, the Snow blockchain, 100% of that's going to be airdropped immediately. Huge opportunities in terms of a massive airdrop. But Icon, if you're unfamiliar, is the OG of interoperability. Icon is all about interoperability, and always has been. That's been its long-term premise. An Icon previously, in the original cycle run up, or in the 2018 cycle, not the original, but in the 2018 cycle run up to about $12. Obviously it retraced dramatically, like everything did. It actually ran down to 10 cents at one point. So there was real opportunities in terms of investment. This cycle, in the first phase, it ran up to around $3. This second phase, it ran up to around $2.30 before the retrace that we saw over November. Now, what can Icon do? If they land parachains either on Kusama or Polkadot, huge potential. Because make no mistake about it, Icon is one that I'm bullish on for the long term, because partners within their ecosystem are massive in terms of the Seoul government, in terms of Samsung, just to name a few or a couple, right? On top of that, like I said, they're the OG in terms of interoperability. They're effectively have first mover advantage. I know they're well behind Polkadot in terms of market cap, but their whole premise was all around this. Icons in the past year has grown their DeFi space very well. They're growing their NFT space. This is one that long term I'm bullish on. By the way, guys, I keep reiterating this. I said this in a previous video. Anytime you see an advert, I'm trying to use Brave Browser religiously just to get into the habit of doing so, because I'm naturally in the habit of using Google Chrome. And I don't know why. Because I prefer Brave, but it's just habit. But there's an example of where you can make free crypto. Click on an advert, look at that, made free crypto. Right? Close the advert, whatever. But this is one, especially if you don't have a ton of money, this is something you should use. I'm trying to get in a habit, trying to make sure that people can follow that just pattern of behavior. It's a useful pattern of behavior, particularly if you don't have a ton of capital, because it earns you some crypto passively. Anyway, back to Icon. So Icon have been building a decent DeFi space. It is starting to grow. It's not anywhere close to any of the other big blockchains right now, but it is beginning to grow. They're also their NFT section is starting to grow pretty well. This is one where I'm taking a more long-term view on Icon, and it's one that I keep an eye on massively, because I do believe that with the partners they've got, with the long-term goal of interoperability, with the fact that they are really now pushing for that interaction with the Polkadot ecosystem, I think there's huge potential here. Now, does it reach the previous high of the last cycle? Maybe, maybe not. That very much depends on how the market plays out this year. If we're in an extended cycle, we're going to see a blow off top around the summer. I would wager that this will actually hit that previous all-time high and probably exceed it. If, however, we're not in that situation, and we're going to see a blow off top in, say, January or February, I think that might be a stretch, but I think $5 or $6 is certainly achievable. This is verifiably one of South Korea's biggest blockchains. Development is going to continue on it, and like I said, with the partners they've gotten in already, and Line is one, by the way, which I always forget to mention. And Line is a massive corporation. It's worth checking out. They are starting to be far more proactive in terms of innovation. And one thing with Icon, it's exceptionally fast, it's exceptionally cheap, and part and parcel of a great layer one is speed and cost. And while obviously there is no level of similarity to some of the bigger layer ones that we're seeing, they're your starting points for how you build upon, or what you build on. That's why people are so bullish on Solana as an example, is because they're so fast and they're so cheap. Or Avalanche, because they're so fast and they're so cheap. Now, once you start building on it, you see the how those blockchains deal with the stress test of huge development upon them. But Icon has a great starting point from the speed of transactions and the cost. The next step is development. As I've said, their DeFi section in the NFT ecosystem is starting to really improve, particularly through the Orbit bridge, because they can connect directly to the Ethereum network. This is one where there are opportunities here, and as we see them start growing their ecosystem and driving in towards Polkadot's ecosystem, which, let's be honest, is the most hyped ecosystem in all of crypto. Solana probably a close second, or maybe Cardano at this point, but they're stepping into one of the most exciting areas of crypto. So the price accumulation for Icon, and then to be fair, the tokens associated with the potential Polkadot and Kusama parachains all could run really well. Now I will say this, right now obviously it's pricing pretty well, but fairly inevitable that over the course of the next 24 hours, over the course of the next 7 days, it's going to depreciate in price. That's inevitable. Like, the huge run that it's experienced is largely in part down to, or almost entirely in part down to, this past airdrop. So after this airdrop's done, which it has been, we're going to see the price start dropping. That's inevitable. We saw it with XRP recently. XRP had this really good run back up to from 79 cents up to $1, $1.02 for the Sologenic snapshot. After the snapshot was taken, or actually in about 24 hours before that, started dropping in price. Same thing will happen with Icon. After the snapshot is taken, it will drop in price and get back to the sort of level that it was at previously. But people have bought in to get part of that airdrop. The reason they're getting part of the airdrop is because they can see the value in it, which is if ICE or Snow blockchains land a Polkadot or Kusama parachain through Icon as well, where Icon is so fast, so cheap, they have huge potential as tokens. So there's real opportunities with Icon, and long term, like I said, I'm very bullish on this because I do believe that they will go from strength to strength in terms of partners. And I think they'll end up landing one of those parachains down the line. I think that's inevitable. And as an OG of interoperability, and I am a massive advocate for interoperability, that's what we want in crypto. I think they're going to have some serious success. But how the market plays out this year is, or how the bull cycle plays out over the next sort of 3 to 6 months, will depend on what this can achieve. I think there's anywhere from $6 is sort of where I think it will hit if we're looking at a peak around February or March. If we're looking at a peak around the summer, then we're probably looking well at that sort of market top of previous all-time high of around $12, or maybe more. We will see how it plays out, because that was all dependent on how Bitcoin moves and everything else. But yeah, that's it for me anyway. If you're new to crypto, come check out Copyright Crypto. Like I've said, what we show on Copy My Crypto are real opportunities. We've had, one airdrop that was several $100s, one airdrop that was several $1,000s. This airdrop, I made sure everyone was aware of for the ice and snow, where, if you end up, even if you're holding 1,000 Icon, you're probably going to end up making at the very least $1,000 off of the 2 airdrops, at the very least. And the members get to know about these because I spend my time looking these up and making sure they're aware of them. So if you want to learn about these opportunities where we can find an investment and in 6 weeks it's done a solid 8x, or an investment that within 24 to 48 hours of investing is done a 4x. If you want to learn about those opportunities, come check it out because the link is in the description, guys. Anyway, take it easy. Bye bye.